This is Arun Jacob, your friendly and frank licensed New Zealand immigration advisor, as well as education advisor, coming live from Hamilton, New Zealand, like every week. This has become a regular feature now for me and my team, where we are interacting with a lot of people from different parts of the world and giving information about education and migration in New Zealand. Really enjoying these sessions. For those of you who want to know my credentials, that's my license right there. I have a license to provide immigration advice to New Zealand, and that's also a copy of my license behind me right there. Before the questions start coming in, I'm going to discuss something that I already made a small video about and put it up yesterday. And this is about choosing to come to New Zealand for the July, August, September intake. The session is all about that. This is for people who are planning to come to New Zealand for the July, August, September intake. So please ensure that you choose this intake for five very good reasons. Wide variety of courses from all the institutions of learning in New Zealand, whether it is university or Institute of Technology or private training institutions. So very wide range of courses available for July, August, September. And number two, because there is still time to make it for this intake. I know we are reaching the end of May, but there is still time because the admissions and visas are pretty fast. And we also have a fantastic rapport with all the institutions, as well as we have a good track record with Immigration New Zealand. So we are able to ensure that the turnaround is very fast. So don't wait and think, oh, I don't have time. So can I still make it for July, August, September? Talk to us. We will make it happen. My team will connect with you. Then the third reason is because Immigration New Zealand is a very fair organization, and they really, really are good at assessing visa applications in a very unbiased manner. And as international students, when you prepare for months and months together, sometimes it's years, and so you want to work with an immigration department that will be fair. And that is the third reason why I think you need to consider working with New Zealand immigration, with a company like AJV, and coming to New Zealand. Fourth reason is because we at AJV are also increasing our team size here in New Zealand. By July, we're going to have our second licensed immigration advisor. So I'm the first. There's going to be another licensed immigration advisor, hopefully a third licensed immigration advisor, which means you guys will get fantastic advice after you reach New Zealand. I can already see some of our students and clients here, like Viraj Kapoor, for instance, who has just typed something. Viraj is one of our clients. He came as the spouse of a student, and he and his spouse know how well we support all you guys once you come here. We are always a phone call away. So that's your fourth reason. And the last reason why you must consider the July, August, September intake for New Zealand is because it is also the best time of the year to plan to come into New Zealand, because around September, winter gets over and spring is beginning to set in, and followed by summer. We had a fantastic summer last year, and so when you're planning to go to a new country, it's always good to kind of go at a time when the weather also is kind of positive and bright, and not the right now if I look outside my window, it is dark and wet and it is raining. Maybe you guys can also hear it on the roof, but yeah, so that's another reason. So top five reasons to come to New Zealand in July, August, September. Plus, we are making a very special offer for all you guys who are still sitting on the edge or on the wall and deciding, should I make it for July, August, September or not? Some of you may be working with some other agencies, and you must be wondering, oh, I really would like to work with AJV. Reach out to us, talk to us. We have such a fantastic offer. I can't, of course, put it out in this public platform, but connect with our team, and there is a fantastic offer, which basically involves your visa processing, not only at the student level, but also after you complete your studies and you get applying for your post-study work visa. We're coming out with a fantastic offer. So connect with our team and speak to them, and we will tell you what this offer is all about. Great. Some questions have started coming in, and some of our regular members have also started saying hello. Hello to everybody from Hamilton, New Zealand. By the way, we are also going live on YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube and you want to ask some questions, please click that link and come and join our Facebook chat, because I can't keep flitting between both the screens. So please come on to the Facebook chat and post your questions and I will answer. Okay, let's get started. First question is from Meet Patel. I am student of pharmacy technician level 5. What is future? Can you support me in the future? Well, I mean, it looks like Meet is already present in New Zealand and he seems to be wanting our support. Meet, unfortunately, we don't know your background because you're not one of our students. We don't know based on what background you came into this course. At a very general level, the scope for pharmacy technicians is quite nice. It is quite good. So if you already had a background in pharmacy and then you came and did this level 5 course in New Zealand, it is a good opportunity. I hope this course is a 2-year course, because if it's a 1-year course, obviously you will not be eligible for a post-study work visa. So I hope it is a 2-year course that you've come for, which I think it is. But in case it is not, so you might want to connect with us and speak to us. What is the future? Future is good. Pharmacy technicians, I think, are required in New Zealand. They are obvious. I don't think they are in the long-term skill shortage list, but I believe it's a good career. Let me quickly do a check. And pharmacy technicians. Okay, I'm checking on pharmacy technicians. This is actually a good question because quite a lot of people want to come as pharmacy technicians. And I'm quickly checking on the information site Meet, and it says chances of getting a job as a pharmacy technician are good due to a shortage of workers, and they normally earn between $36,000 to $42,000 per annum. And good, well qualified pharmacy technicians will earn between $42,000 to $56,000 per annum. So overall, the outlook for pharmacy technicians seems to be good. So your course choice is good. Can we support you in future? Yes, we can definitely support you in future for your further related visas and stuff like that. As I told you, I am a licensed immigration advisor. Another member of our senior member of our team is about to get a license as well. Plus, we are planning to hire one more licensed immigration advisor. So we absolutely can help and support you for your future visas, and we would also be able to lend some guidance around how to find employment and stuff. Although for our own students, we do engage them in a much more, involved manner. But yeah, absolutely. So do connect with our senior manager called Mary Joseph, who will be on this chat list. All right, me. Okay, next question is from Rinkesh Patel. Sir, is it possible to get admission in New Zealand with overall 5.5 band score in IELTS exam? Good question, Rinkesh. Again, quite a lot of people ask what is the requirement for people who are coming. They want to know what particular IELTS is required. And if you have only a 5.5, you will not be able to get into a course level higher than level 5, Rikesh. So if you're planning to go for a course that is level 7 and above, so for a level 7, you need to have a score of 6 with no band less than 5.5. And if you're planning to go for a level 8 or level 9, which is a postgraduate diploma or a master's level, then you need an overall score of 6.5 with no band score lower than 6. So that is the requirement, because you only have a 5.5, and if you think you can't get better than that, then I think the only option for you would be to choose a course which will be a level 5 or below. But bear in mind, if you do only 1 year level 5, you will not be able to get a post-study work visa if that is your intention. So if you're planning to go stay in New Zealand longer, then you need to do at least a 4 and 5, level 4 and 5, or if you're planning to say, or if you think that's too low for you, then you'll have to apply for your IELTS again. So what I would suggest is, if you're not already in touch with our team, get in touch with our team. In fact, our team will also connect with you at the moment, while during this chat or after this chat. and they will assess to see your background, which course is good for you, and then we will advise you. All right, but I've given you what is the IELTS requirements for different levels of courses. Okay, cool. Arti says hello, and that thanks, Arti. You've been a very good supporter. Much appreciate that. Raman Joshi says good job, sir. Thanks, Ramjan. Appreciate your feedback. Okay, Merugo Venkatesh says, sir, I'm from India, Mumbai. I have good experience in mobile technician. I don't know what you're looking for, Merugu Venkatesh, but by that, it's just a statement. You didn't say whether you want to come to study here or work here or migrate here. You haven't mentioned that. But I can say that a lot of people do ask me, how can I work in New Zealand or how can I migrate to New Zealand? And I say this over and over again. Not easy to find work in New Zealand when you're not here, present in New Zealand, or not easy to get migration because they have changed the rules. So residency is not an easy thing right now. I mean, obviously, you're working as a mobile technician, so I'm assuming, please correct me if I'm wrong, that your qualification is not very high. So there may not be many options for you except to look at the study pathway. And again, that depends on how good your English is, from the way you've typed and the spelling mistakes. That might be an issue as well. So, but hey, look, we talk to everybody. We are not people who are being judgmental and saying, hey, we will not talk to somebody with, X kind of English or Y kind of English. We will talk to everybody. So connect with our team. They will give you, spend some time and explain to you how it works. And then based on your English ability, your character, your health, and your financial ability, most important, plus your background in academics, we will be able to suggest if any pathways exist. All right, cool. Okay, Sakib Navid says, I'll quickly check if my team has sent me any messages. Okay, there are also something else my team is pasting. I'll try and answer the YouTube queries later, but I will flick through both the Facebook as well as YouTube. Right. There is a query from YouTube by Jimmy Sandhu, which says, so which is better and less expensive college university for aircraft maintenance diploma? Off the top of my head, Jimmy, I can't think of a particular college or an institution, but recently a friend of mine who worked with Air New Zealand at a very senior level and then went on to work with one of the flight training schools in New Zealand, has spoken to me. His name is Jonathan, and Jonathan said that there are some very good courses available in aircraft technician and maintenance side of things. So what we would like to do is gather more information from you, Jimmy, and then check back with Jonathan because he's an expert in the industry and see what courses are available. So please send an email to info@ajvglobal.com with your CV, and we will connect with you and give you more advice. Okay. Okay. Right. Next question was from Sakib, which I skipped and moved to YouTube answering. This gets quite hectic, guys. By the way, just letting you know, having to look at this screen, that screen, YouTube, Facebook. I'm trying to manage my best. So if I slip up a little bit, please bear with me. Okay, Sakib, I have 16 years education in IT. What level I can get admission in New Zealand? Uh, I think with 16 years, you're basically talking about 12 plus 4. So you're already a graduate, is what I'm thinking from my calculation. So you most definitely can look at a postgraduate diploma, Sakib, because your 16 obviously means you've completed your graduation as well in IT, which is a good level. So you could look at a graduate diploma or a postgraduate diploma or a master's. So these would be your options. Please connect with the team and we will assess to see whether you have the required academic score and the required English score and the financial ability to choose one of these three courses, because obviously the higher you're going from graduate level diploma level 7 to PG diploma level 8 or a master's level 9, the requirements also go up, including the tuition fees. So we'll check where the team will check back and give you all the options. Okay. Yeah. Kushal RJ, hi team. Could I also ask you to paste the YouTube queries also here into this chat so that it'll come in a sequence for me? and I don't have to keep flicking between both the screens. Okay. Kushal says, is it possible to get the student visa for a level 6 diploma in sports and exercise science, or should I consider a higher level course? In terms of getting the visa of Kushal, I don't think there is a problem. My concern is whether your level 6 is good enough, because if you're doing only a level 6, you will not be eligible. And if it's a 1 year course, if you're doing a 2 year course, there is no problem. But if you're doing a 1 year level 6, you will not be eligible for a post study work visa. So my main concern is around that. But getting a visa, no problem. I think you can get a visa for level 6. But I'm just a little concerned about your future options. So have a chat with our team and we will go for it. Okay. Yeah. Okay, Meet says, I already had pharmacy in India and I have 4 years experience. Thanks for answering. No problem, Meet. Like I said, get in touch with Mary and we will discuss how we can help you. All right. But it looks like you have a good background, which is fantastic. Yeah, cool. Mukhtar Ahmed Malik asks, sir, I have 13 years of experience as land surveyor. I want to know if I will come at visit visa in New Zealand. Is there any chance to find a job there? Good question, Mukhtar. I actually made a video on this and it is sitting on my YouTube channel right now. Quite a lot of people would like to visit New Zealand and try to find jobs. But again, like I said, it is not very easy because a lot of companies, if you go to our two main job sites called seek.co.nz and Trade Me Jobs, and there's another one called Indeed. If you say all of them at the bottom of their job posting will mention clearly that you need to be a New Zealand resident or citizen or ability to work to apply for this job. So by and large, they don't look at people on a visit visa very favorably. In my experience, I've seen very, very rare cases where somebody on a visit visa was able to find a job and settle down. Because also, I mean, any employer will be wary to give a job offer to somebody who is here only for 2 or 3 months. The maximum period of time you can stay on a visit visa will be for 9 months in an 18 months period. So they know that you're here on a limited time. So normally they don't encourage it. So which is why I don't think you'll be very successful. Nothing wrong in trying if you have the money and time and effort, and also if you get a visit visa in the first place. But I don't recommend it, to be honest. I recommend people to come and get yourself into the country and to be here for at least 1 + 1, 2 years, because you require that amount of time to understand New Zealand, create a network, go around and look for a job. Which is why my team and I, we strongly endorse the study plus settle pathway, because it gives you the time. You come for a good level of course. You can 1 year of studying in New Zealand plus doing part-time work during that study, followed by 1 year of post-study work visa with a full work rights. If you're married, I would recommend maybe your wife can come for a course and then you can come on a work visa. So those are the options I would recommend rather than trying to come on a visit visa. I don't really recommend it, but share some more details with our team. We will check to see if you're really one of those, standout people, standout professionals who might actually, be able to find a job. We will come back to you on that. All right. Next question. Ramjan Joshi says, study in MIT and graduate diploma in power level 7. Is it good for electrical engineering study? Yeah, I think so, Ramjan. Good institution. A lot of respect for MIT. I know the senior people there very well. In fact, one or two of them are like my personal friends. So I can actually visualize that entire campus right now. Excellent facility, very good institution. Course choice also is good. Diploma in power level 7 is good. And electrical engineering. I don't know. My team has to confirm whether you're working with us. And I can't see they have confirmed whether you're working with us or not. If you're not working with us, I strongly urge you to work with us, because just getting into MIT and into that course is not enough. You need a lot of advice once you reach New Zealand, and that's what you will get out of AJV. So please consider working with us if you're not working with us already. All right, cool. Okay, Gurumurthy Venkatesan, is this right time to apply for July intake? Gurumurthy, as I said at the start of the session, there is still time for July. Contact my team immediately. There is a very good chance we should be able to get you in. But provided everything else is ready. So quickly connect with our team and we should be able to help you. Right. Viraj says, hi Arun, Shilpa here. Shilpa is one of our students, by the way. I wanted to check, is it true that Find I applied for residency from Auckland? Not that case. I just need to provide 3 months pay proof, and from outside Auckland, the proof has to be for 12 months. Not true at all, Shilpa. Immigration rules will not change depending on where the person is applying from. The only thing that changes is if you find a job outside Auckland, you'll get 30 points extra. That's all. But otherwise, proofs of income and everything will remain the same. Okay. If you have more queries, connect with us, connect with Mary or myself. You are our student. You will get all the information as much as you want. You know that. Rinkesh says, thanks. Hi, Rinkesh. You're welcome. Srishti says, Srishti Kohli Mehta. Hi, Arun. Akshay Kohli, my brother, who coming this year to New Zealand through AGV. He's in touch with your team from India. Thanks, Srishti, and thanks, Akshay, for choosing us. We appreciate that. He is still waiting for his final year mark sheet from college. What happens if he doesn't get his final year mark sheet on time? He has requested your team to apply for a September intake in NMIT Institute Auckland campus. He has good grades in first and second year. Will the New Zealand Institute understand and let Akshay come for September intake if they didn't get the mark sheet on time? Ideally, Srishti, institutions will need to have the final year mark sheet as well, because institutions are also bound by rules of NZQA, which is New Zealand Qualifications Authority. This is a country which has got different layers of accountability, and which is why at the start of each session I pointed to my license, because it's important that it as part of my accountability, I need to share that with all of you. So for your brother, yes, we will require the final year marks sheet. If he's putting in all the effort and still not able to get it, we will talk to NMIT and see what we can do about it. But it will be a lot easier for all of us, for Akshay and for us as the processing company, if the mark sheet is in place. So instead of trying to put a pressure onto NMIT, if Akshay can put pressure onto his college in India, I think it will make more sense to get the mark sheet. Worst case scenario, all efforts have been made and still he is not able to get the mark sheet. Let us know at the time. We'll pick up the phone and talk to the senior people at NMIT and see if we can resolve the issue. All right? Yeah. Kushal says, thanks. You're welcome, Kushal. Okay, query from YouTube, which my team has pasted. Jimmy Sandus, I've already answered. Kelvin Chan, I have intention to my children for Kelvin Chan says, I have intention to my children for studies in New Zealand, one in primary and another in education, in secondary. What's your opinion? Excellent choice, Kelvin. I myself have 3 children. 2 of them are in primary and one is in secondary school at the moment. I am so pleased by the education quality and the way my kids are growing up in New Zealand. So fantastic opportunity to send your children if you can afford to send them. We will take, we are here to help you with that. There are certain rules where one parent can also accompany as a guardian, so that is possible. If parents cannot accompany, then there is also a possibility of other options. And recently, AGV has signed up with about 300 plus primary, intermediate, and secondary schools in New Zealand to represent them. And we are very pleased to see we're getting good inquiries. So please talk to us. We would be delighted to help you. But sending your children to New Zealand for education at primary and secondary school, brilliant idea. Today in this world, all kids need to become international citizens. So starting them early in a beautiful, safe country like New Zealand, and very accepting country as well, is a good start. So strongly encourage you, Kelvin. Thanks for reaching out to us. We will definitely help you with this process. Yeah. Okay, my team has also pasted another one from Mukhtar Ahmed about land surveyor, which I already answered. Shilpa says, thank you. You're welcome, Shilpa. And you can pick up the phone and talk to us whenever. AJV student privilege. You are free to pick up the phone and speak to us. Merit Korean asks us, hi, sir. I have completed diploma in automobile engineering. Which course would you recommend for me in New Zealand to get PR? If I take computer engineering, will there be complications to get PR as I'm changing my career? What are the job situations for mechanical or mechatronics and computer engineering? I'm already working with AJV. I just want your opinion. Merit Korean, I can see why you have the name Merit in your name, because you're working with AJV. Okay, bad joke or good joke for the day. But I don't recommend changing your, if your heart is into automobile engineering, stick to automobile engineering, stick to mechanical, stick to mechatronics, because they are all closely related. My team confirms you're working with us, great. And so don't switch to computers just for the heck of switching, think because somebody tells you computers are more demand. No, no, I think engineers are in equally good demand. And Mechanical engineers are in good demand. You've chosen a good institution like MIT. I'm going to quickly reading some of my yeah, MIT and yeah, good institution choice. You've chosen AJV, so we are there to support you. I don't recommend you switch to computers just for the heck of it, unless you're interested in computers, because there is engineers are also in the long-term skill shortage of New Zealand. So I would suggest stick to your course. All right, cool. Okay, my team has pasted a YouTube query called Abey Azraliev. Hi, how popular cash job who have student work visa with 20-hour work permit to extend working to 35 to 40 hours? Abhay, I think you're headed down the wrong track. They put that condition on your student visa for a reason. And that reason is because we don't want our international students to come and work 40 hours and take away the jobs that rightfully belong to local New Zealanders. So this is the kind of nonsense the government doesn't like, and that's the kind of harsh, response I want to give. You come to New Zealand, respect this country. If you don't want to respect this country, then get out of this country. I mean, because it's not fair that you go and abuse the rules of a particular country. They've been inviting, they've welcomed you, and they've given you an option. So stick to your 20 hours while you're studying. And if you really are man enough to go and find a job later, then they go and find a full, fast job. So for any other international students sitting and watching it here right now live, please don't flout the rules, guys. And they will catch you. They are much smarter than you think. And they will catch you. They will throw you out. They will deport you. So don't take the risk. Okay. Next question also posted from YouTube. Abraham John. Sir, I have 10 years experience. Can you help me on the path for getting a work visa? Abraham, there, one of my most commonly referenced videos is sitting there on my YouTube channel, which says, "How can I get a job? How can I get a job and work visa in New Zealand?" Not easy, very difficult. That have a look at that video. Clearly explains it's not very easy to do that, which is why we recommend other pathways. If you're single, there is a pathway. If you're married, there is another pathway, and which is what we like to suggest. Please watch that video because I don't want to repeat that whole video here. But finding work when you're not in New Zealand is very difficult. Most employers would not like to give you a job offer. And so that's where you will get stuck. So watch that video. You'll understand how we can do it. My team will also send you a PDF document which explains all your options. Okay? Cool. Because there is a possibility you might qualify for something called the skilled migrant category job search visa, but we will only know once we look at your CV and some documents. So connect with the team and share your CV. Email it to info@ajvglobal.com and we will take it forward from there. Cool. Okay, there's another YouTube query. Again, the same guy, Abhay, who asked me whether he can work full-time while he was a student and cash jobs. Absolute no, don't do that, Abhay. Can I hope for selection with skilled worker EOI score? 130, nah, very difficult. The current point is 160, so I don't think we'll get it. Yeah. Another query from YouTube, and this is somebody called Kitchen Recipes in Malayalam. Good, interesting name. Can we get New Zealand PR easily? Most of Gulf agencies stop New Zealand immigration. They say it's difficult when compared to Australia or Canada. Why is it like that? Because like any country, New Zealand is also trying to constantly redefine its immigration policies and immigration structures and systems. So last year, what they did is they introduced policy with two, and basically you need to get 160 points from a combination of your age, qualification, work experience, if you're married, your spouse qualification, and so on and so forth. And then followed by two very important criteria to be met, which is that you need to have either employment in New Zealand or offer of job in New Zealand, and either that or the second condition, which is that you should have studied in New Zealand for at least 2 years and got a master's or a PhD. So it's become a bit more complex than what it was before. For those people who still get 160 points and they uh, uh, are not matching the other two criteria, there is a possibility you might be able to get into something called the skill migrant category job search visa. So that's a possibility. Connect with our team, share your background. If agencies in Gulf have stopped sending New Zealand, because a lot of these agencies are not committed to one country, they'll send you wherever they can make money. That as simple as that. So the moment they find one country is making it a bit more difficult, they will start telling everybody, saying don't go to that country because they can't make enough money now. They will start bad mouthing that entire country. Doesn't work like that. You need to pick specialist, which is where it's good to work with a specialist company like AJVC. I'm talking to you right now from New Zealand, and we are all about New Zealand education and migration. So we'll be able to, talk to you and figure out a way forward. So please have a chat with our team. All right. Kelvin says, thank you. You're welcome, Kelvin. Please consider it seriously. We would love to see your children here. Another query from YouTube. Ritika Kumar. Hello, sir. I have applied in Wintec Hamilton. Quickly checking to see if my team has sent me any messages. Okay. Ritika is not one of our students. So we would like you to consider working with us, Ritika. And your question is, hello, sir, I have applied in Wintec Hamilton, level 7 graduate diploma in applied IT. Can you please tell me something about the study, opportunity, and placement? See, generally, I can say it's a good course. I live in Hamilton, by the way, and this is where the company is based. Good course, good institution. I recently was at Wintec myself. We made some good videos there and stuff like that. Placement opportunities also will be there. Most important, Ritika, is you require a lot of support after you come to New Zealand. And my team has confirmed you're not working with HAV. So that's the I think going to be the interesting denominator for you. You are coming through an agency that's going to get you your admission and visa. After you land here, they will not be there for you to speak to. But if you are coming to New Zealand through HAV, imagine what is possible. You could actually be sitting in this office of mine and having a one-to-one session with me or with the rest of my team where we can actually discuss your future possibilities. If you're looking for jobs, we can network you to other people who are past students or our own professional networks. So there's a lot of work we do with our students, and I keep saying all the time, international students are being a little foolish because they're working with agencies who are present in their country, who will forget all about them once they land in this country. So, if you guys have any sense, you really should be working with companies that are present in this country, because then our relationship will continue not only while you're still in your country, but after you land here as well. At every given step, you have a query, you can pick up the phone and talk. Like, right on this forum, you saw my student Shilpa who asked a question. Not only did I answer Shilpa, after the session is over, if she still wants to speak, happy to get on the phone and give her more details and more answers. And sometimes more than the questions and answers, we're giving them a lot of confidence and that positive attitude to say, don't worry, there is somebody to back you. So I think those are the decisions you need to make, Ritika. So your course choice is good, institution choice is good, city choice is definitely good because I live in Hamilton, but I'm not very sure about your agency choice. So think very carefully, decide to work with HAV. We will, work with you and hold your hand throughout your journey. All right. Yeah. Mukhtar Ahmed says, Mukhtar Ahmed Malik says, I have H&D construction. What kind of course you will suggest and what is IELTS band required for it? Good background, Mukhtar. And H&D, I'm thinking is higher national diploma, which I think is a term they use in the UK. And what kind of course would I suggest? Obviously, to go higher, I don't know what is the equivalent of an HND in New Zealand levels, but I'm thinking it's at least level 7 or level 6. So we would like to recommend that you go into level. If your current HND is at level 6, we would suggest you go for level 7. If you're already at level 7, if the HND is level 7, then we would suggest go for level 8, or maybe do another one at level 8. And construction definitely is a good opportunity. As I keep saying, construction is booming in New Zealand. Massive shortage of construction workers. So I think it's a good course choice as well. As regards the IELTS, for a level 6 or 7, you require an IELTS score of 6 with no band score less than 5.5. So Mukhtar, strongly encourage you to connect with the team and have a chat, and we'll help you get into New Zealand. All right. Thanks for joining the chat. Quick sip of water. Okay. Abraham John. Sir, I have 10 years experience in software. I wish to come to New Zealand for work and residency. Can you please help me with path? Just explain, if you rewind this chat a little bit back, Abraham, I explained it at least twice. Very difficult to find directly, to find work in New Zealand directly. They've made it difficult for people to apply for residency directly. If you you should get 160 points, plus you need to have either a job offer or employment in New Zealand, or you should have studied in New Zealand for 2 years, excuse me, and have a master's or a PhD. If you don't match all of that, but because you have good experience in software for 10 years, there is a possibility you might qualify for the skill migrant category job search visa. So I would like to take a look at your CV. If you're married, send your spouse's CV as well. Email your CVs to info@ajvglobal.com, and I will have a look and we'll come back to you with some options. Okay, cool. Nice name, Abraham, by the way. Abraham John, I think there's a big hero in India, right? Oh, that guy's John Abraham. Okay, cool. Right, Prithvi Chowdhury. In case if I fall under level 7 category, does my wife still eligible to work full time? Good question. Very good question. Prithvi, the rules with whether your spouse can get a work visa or not, will be that if you're doing a level 7 course, it's got to be an exact match to a course in the long-term skill shortage list. If it is not an exact match and it's only level 7, then she will not be eligible. Or you should be in level 8 or 9 or 10, only then it will be eligible. So that's the way it is. I don't know if you're already in New Zealand. I get the feeling you're already in New Zealand. If you're already in New Zealand, connect with our senior manager, Mary, or send both your CVs to info@ajvglobal.com, and we will pick it up from there and advise you further. If you're still not in New Zealand, you're planning to come, then I think it's very important you talk to us immediately, because we can come out with the right course choice so that both of you can come as a couple. The other important thing for all the couples watching is a lot of these student agencies will pull you in and say, okay, I can do your admission and visa. And they'll tell you that they can also do your spouse's work visa after you get your student visa. Be very careful. Unless and until they have a license like that, they cannot do any visa except a student visa. And they will ask you to lie and do other things. And sometimes you will get caught, and immigration department will say, no, we cannot give a work visa to the spouse. I deal with so many cases like this every day. So be very careful. Work with a company like AJV that has got a licensed immigration advisor on the team, and we'll be able to define the complete scope of who can come, what course, if both can come, what happens after you come here, all that we can help you with. All right? Okay. My team says you're not an active case yet, Prithvi, so please consider working with us. Okay. Merit says the joke was nice. I'm very good with jokes, Merit. Once you come here, we'll catch up for a drink and crack more jokes. Happy to answer, by the way, Merit. And so please stick to what your heart says. Don't worry about all those other things of more jobs in computing and all those. Stick with what your heart says. Ronnie Singh. Hi, sir. PhD in Applied Management, Level 8 EIT Napier. What are job prospects after finishing my program? Ronnie, my team has to confirm whether you're working with us or not. But Ronnie, my constant advice to people applying, coming for management courses and I'm very clear about this, is don't come for those courses unless and until you have some amount of background experience, because to try and try and uh, uh, if you're coming for a management course, it is always very useful to have some experience, and that's what I normally recommend to most of our people. My team is yet to confirm whether you're working with us or not. So my team says no, you're not an active person right now. So a lot of again agencies are very casually suggesting, okay, yeah, go to this institution, do this course in applied management, or go to this institution, do this course in management. Guys, I think have to be very very careful, especially people choosing things like project management and applied management and all that. I only recommended it if you have some amount of background, and also only after we look at your background and see, yes, and we talk to you and we get that confidence saying, yes, this person can actually come and get a job and succeed in New Zealand. So we would be very keen to talk to you as well and assess. The institution is good. EIT is a fantastic institution, and postgraduate diploma at level 8 also is a very good level. Job prospectus, like I said, we can't wait. Will also be good if your background was good and you have some work experience. But I think your job prospects will go up significantly if you work with a good company based in New Zealand, in and help you with a lot of networking and cover letters and CVs and things like that. So please consider working with us if you're not already working, and with AJV, and we would love to continue this discussion further. But overall, the institution is very good. Yeah. Okay, there is a query from YouTube called Alive Charu saying, I would like to know about PhD in linguistics and university and about scholarship. I think we are welcoming PhD students. We want PhD students to come to New Zealand, which is the reason the government has made it the same as a domestic student. So you basically pay domestic student fees and not international student fees, which is a massive advantage. If your proposal is really good, you might also end up getting a good scholarship. Or sometimes, in some instances, some of my students also got their living expenses along with the tuition fees. So it's a very good possibility. There is a video I put up, Charu, which talks about the advantages of doing a PhD in New Zealand. Whether you're single or you're married, there are some very good advantages. Have a look at that, connect with the team. I think 2 years back, one of my students also came for a master's in linguistics and now is planning to go for further PhD in linguistics. So we do have universities with good linguistics departments. We would love to assist you with that. But overall, good choice. New Zealand is very conducive towards research, and they've made it easy for PhD scholars to also come into New Zealand. So please consider connect with our team, and we will send your CV to info@agvglobal.com, and we will connect and take it further from there. Cool. Right. There is another thing from Mr. Three Beddy. I'm thinking. It is also from YouTube. Hello, sir. Can my wife study English course and I apply partner of a student work visa? I just explained that, saying what level of course is required for a spouse to get a work visa. If she's doing an English course, you will not get a work visa. So you at best you might get a visitor visa, because to get a spouse work visa it needs to be level 8, 9, or 10, or if it is level 7, it needs to be an exact match to the long-term skill shortage list. So connect with our team. We'll be able to provide you more details. But just an English course, you will not get a work visa. Abraham John says, thank you. You're welcome, Abraham. There is another YouTube query which says, Joel Benichan. Hello, sir. I'm planning to study my graduate diploma in New Zealand. What's your opinion? I have completed my undergraduate graduation. Yeah, I mean, Joel, graduate diploma, as I keep saying, is while it is also at level 7, which is the same as a bachelor's, which is also at level 7, the graduate diploma is like a specialization after you completed 3 years of your bachelor's. So it is like the honors year in a degree. I did a BCom honors. One of those certificates is my BCom honors, by the way. So it's like how in honors you uh, get a bit more detailed into one particular specialized area. So I think graduate diploma is a good choice, Jewel. And but who knows? Maybe you'll also be eligible for a postgraduate diploma or a master's. So we would like to talk to you more. Please send an email to info@ajvglobal.com with your CV, and we will pick it up and we'll run with it. Okay. Rachika says, just received IELTS results 7.5 academic. Hope to work with you soon. Rachika, we hope to work with you. That's a fantastic score. Well done. We love to work with people who are very good and proficient in English, Rachika. So we'll be delighted to work with you because everybody wants to come to New Zealand or go to other countries. Basically, you want to study, find a job, succeed, establish yourself, get your residency. And one of the key factors, guys, has got to be your English skills, and which is why when I read Rachika say I've got a 7.5, it pleases me that, and she's opting to work with AJV. So she's not only got great English, she's got fantastic intelligence as well. Okay, that was just a joke, but look forward to working with you, Rachika. I think you will do well here. English is key, guys. If you don't have good English, please think twice before you make the decision to go overseas. Yeah. Right. Abraham says, sir, if we make use of your services, will there be provision to make payments in India? Will there be provisions to make payments in parts? So, like I said, we will have to talk to you. There is a provision, although we like to, because we are a New Zealand based company, we like to get all our payments into New Zealand for tax reasons as well. So we can figure it out. We'll have it talk to us, and on a case by case basis, we can figure out something. All right. That's okay. This is the right place to ask, because I have, look at me, I'm wearing a black and white shirt. So everything is black and white with AJV and with this team. So don't worry. We are happy to answer your questions. And that is what I'm trying to do, guys, through all these live chats is to be up there, out there, because most of you are, I think the real requirement for international students is good, honest information. And sometimes you don't get it. That's why week after week, I sit here in this office and talk to you guys and happy to answer any questions. So ask me the weirdest question here. Ask me the nastiest question. I will answer it. I might sweat a little bit, but I will answer it. Abai wants to know what is the range in money for your service for immigration. Depends, Abai, whether you're married, single, if you have children. So it'll depend on all that. Please connect with Mary Joseph or send your CV to info@ajvglobal.com. We will definitely come back to you with our core pricing. Yeah. Mukhtar says, thank you. You're welcome, Mukhtar. Right. And there's another query from YouTube. Sunny Pandey, I'll quickly check if my team has got any queries for me. Okay. Right. Nothing from my team. Okay. I'll also have to talk to my team or they'll give me a whack on my back once this is done saying, why were you not looking at our messages? Okay. Next query is from Sunny Pandey from YouTube. He says, I'm a two IT experienced individual from Accenture. Can you help me out? How can I come to New Zealand? Sunny, with just 2 years work experience, I know you'll not be eligible for a skilled migrant job search visa. Finding work is very difficult when you're not in New Zealand. Uh, I think most other options will be ruled out for you as well, unless you're married and your wife is also, so we will need more information before we suggest a pathway to you. More than likely, the pathway will be a study plus settle option because the government has also changed some rules, and after that, it's become a bit more difficult for any other option except to come into New Zealand through study and settle option. I think it is a very smart move. It's a very smart business move by the government of New Zealand because not only can we earn money at the international education level, but we can also pick and choose the best out of that and make them residents of this country and future workers and citizens. So I think it's a great move. So more than likely for most of you, it's got to be the study plus settle pathway. So some of you must be wondering, why do Arun Jacob and his team constantly talk only about study and settle pathway? That's because most of the other gates are shut, guys. And we're trying to show you the best gates that are still open to be able to come into a country like New Zealand, because New Zealand is so beautiful and so desirable. A lot of people want to come in. So the government has to keep shutting certain gates, but they'll keep some gates open. And one of the most beautiful and most viable gates open is international education. So uh, talk to us. I know some of you think it's a lot of investment to make. Don't worry. Even if you're spending $20,000 on a course, if you do go on and get a good job as an IT professional, even assuming you get a $50,000 job after you complete your course, that is still less than 6 months of salary. So the investment you've made. So don't worry too much about those things. First, decide strongly that yes, I'm very, very keen to go and settle down and do well and live my life and my family in a beautiful country like New Zealand, like how I did. And then everything else will fall into place. And then speak to a good company like AJV and we'll create those pathways for you. All right? Cool. Okay. All right. How am I doing? 10 minutes more. Vipul gives me a high five. Hi, Vipul. High five to you. Uh, Rahat asks, I'm here in New Zealand on partner of student work visa. I'm a patisserie chef and I have 8 years of experience from Australia. What are my chances of skilled restaurant migration? I think they should be pretty good, Rahat, because chefs, as you know, are in skill shortage. We need to see whether patisseries are or not. We'll have to check into that. But I think your chances would be good. Please send your CV and your wife's CV to info@ajvglobal.com. Mention looking for migration and we'll pick it up from there. Yeah. Teeth Patel from YouTube asks, Sir, I would like to study in IT and technical support level 5 leading to level 6. Is it good course? And I got rejection from Australia. So please advise me about requirements and IT jobs in future. Quickly, Teeth, I think your 5+6 is a good idea because that will give you a post-study work visa. You got a rejection from Australia. We would like to look at your rejection letter and see what were the reasons. Based on that, we can tell you whether we will accept you as a case. And advise me about requirements and IT jobs in future. Good chances. It depends on whether you're choosing software or hardware or networking. I can't say it right now. So email your CV and your rejection letter to info@ajvglobal.com. We will have a look and come back and definitely help you. All right. Cool. Okay. Okay. Belbin K. Samuel has said, Belbin, the site had put up an email yesterday regarding I'm your existing student applying for AIS PGDBA program. I saw your video on 2 years master's is enough to get PR. Is that in that you told that a master's degree will give you only 70 points, but to get residency visa, we need to get 160 points. Kindly explain in my case what happened. So that 160 points is not just the degree, Belbin. It's also your age, your any work experience, if you're married, your partner qualification. So it's not, yeah, masters will give 70, but that's not the only thing that you're looking at. So, and to answer your question, I'll have to make like a 15-20 minute video to answer that. Best would be if you're our student, because you're our student, we will explain it to you more clearly. But don't worry, the 70 is only from the masters. The 160 is a combination of your age, your work experience, any other qualifications, and so on and so forth. So we will explain it to you more clearly. But don't get stressed. Okay, Hariom Gupta from YouTube says, can you, sir, can you find me MS in chemical engineering with full scholarship? Right. Hariom, we can definitely help you to get into a master's in chemical engineering. Whether you get full scholarship or not will depend after you make the application because New Zealand does not have a lot of um, scholarships, but individual universities and institutions do offer scholarships. So send your CV and contact details to info@ajvglobal.com. We will take a look. We will discuss with you which universities we can apply for. And based on that, the university will take a decision whether they can offer you a scholarship or not. And then we can also advise you. So please send your CV and some documents to info@ajvglobal.com. But choosing to do chemical engineering in New Zealand is a good idea. We are short of engineers, so we would like to welcome some engineers who can come and not only study, but then go on to fulfill some of our skill shortages as well. Belvin, just coming back here, my team also says that you're only asking about residency and not focusing on your student visa. Like I've been telling you over and over again, residency is almost ruled out. You'll need to come in as a student visa, come in on a student visa, and then work your way towards that residency. But what I'm going to do is that I will answer your other queries maybe in a separate video, but you'll need to focus on student visa. Stop looking at the residency visa, because if you were qualifying for it, we would have told you by now. If you're not qualifying, is when we guys tell you that, hey, look at the study pathway, not at the residency pathway. So please listen to what we're saying and please follow our instructions. I'd be happy to assist you. All right? Yeah, cool. Okay. There is a question which my team has asked from somebody who's asking me, kindly give me the details regarding the parent visa, which enables my parents to stay with me indefinitely in New Zealand. Also keeping the financial requirements and job prospects of New Zealand in mind. Will study pathway help as well as bring my parents to New Zealand in the shortest possible time? They've ruled out the parent category. They have put a temporary stop on the parent residency category at the moment. And I think what you're looking at is very, very far away. You will need to first come, you will need to first complete your studies, you will need to find a job, you will need to get your residency. If you're married, you need to get residency for your immediate family and then think about the parents. So I think you're thinking way too ahead at this point in time. And also at the time being, there is a temporary stop on parent category. So if your only goal is to bring your parents to New Zealand, I think then it may not be the right option for you, because there is no guarantee they will open the parent category again. But in my view, I think you're looking at it in a very narrow way. I think you need to park your parents aside for some time. You need to focus and do all these steps, which is come, study, finish successfully, get the post-study work visa, get a relevant job, get further visas, get your residency, get your immediate family, which is your wife and children, and then you look at your parents category. I think that's the way to look at it. Plus, bear in mind, just because you become a resident means automatically parents don't get it. Parents will also have to go through the process. Health and all those things also have to be looked at. So you'll need to think a little broader and a little long term. Okay, cool. Right. Okay, 5 minutes more. My team is now ringing the bell. Okay, there is a query from, I think, from YouTube. It's from somebody called Roch. I'm thinking it's a short for Rochelle. Rochelle. Hi, Arun. I wish to study PGD Supply Chain Management with NMIT. I have around 4 years work experience. What would be my scope for PR application? Again, guys, all of you ask me only about PR when there are about 7, 8 steps you need to finish before that. You'll need to come, you'll need to study, you will need to successfully complete that course. You should not get into trouble with the law. You should get your post-study work visa. You need to pick up a relevant job. That relevant job needs to have the right salary and the right position. And that's when you apply for your residency. So it will lead to residency. We are all people who have moved to New Zealand, and we all went through that process. And every year, 25, 30,000 international students will continue to get their residency. So don't worry too much about that end goal. Go step by step by step by step. You will get to that point. So, but standing on step 1, if you're trying to jump to step 8, it will look very far and kind of unattainable. But your course choice is good, your institution choice is good, and I think you will get there. And the most important piece is always work with a good company like AJV, who will locally also continue to give similar advice. Okay. If you're not working with us, Roche, you need to make up your mind and work with us right now. Send an email to info@ajvglobal.com and we'll pick it up, right? Okay, Mayuresh Sawan says, hello, sir. I've read and read it from local Kiwis that any other institution other than a university is worthless. And I want to do a master's in IT. In that case, that certificate there is worthless. You see that certificate? That's my graduate certificate in New Zealand immigration advice, which I had to study to be able to get this license, to be able to give this immigration advice. So don't believe in nonsense like that. Online, everybody writes what they like. Probably half the guys who are writing there have never been to a university or a higher institution of technology themselves. So don't fall for nonsense like that. We will help you choose a good university, if not a university, a good institute of technology. It could even be a private institution. Employers don't care whether you're coming from a university or ITP or a private training establishment, just have to ensure that you have the right skills, knowledge, and attitude. So that's what is important in my race. So connect with the team, and I think that as I keep saying, success will depend on who is advising you, and we would like to advise you. So choose the right advisor, everything will fall into place. Okay. Okay, Mayuresh. Okay, Mayuresh goes on to ask some and similar. He's saying he can't afford masters from uni. So can I go to ITP? Absolutely. I don't. I mean, like I said, that is from Bay of Plenty Polytechnic. That particular certificate, which has given me the license to speak to all of you. So don't worry about it. Yeah. My team is now ringing the bell louder. They're saying 1 minute, 1 minute. Parvinder Singh, good query. Can I choose diploma in surveying after doing a BCom? Very good question. We'll need to look, Parvinder. We'll need to. Technically, it is possible because a diploma could be at level 5 and 6. Unless you're looking at a graduate diploma, then it may not be possible because there's no link between your BCom and your surveying. So I would say so email your CV and some documents to info@ajvglobal.com. We'll have a look and suggest. But good choice if you want to switch to surveying because BCom doesn't really equip you for much unless until you get into accounting or some very specific areas. So, yeah, I would recommend it. Okay. Right, my team is now suggesting absolutely last query. This is from Marimuthu Kalyana Sundaram. I hope I pronounced that right. Hi, Arun. I'm much intent to apply NZ Skills Migrants Visa. I have more than 10 years experience in IT sector. Can I get visa without study pathway? Because you have 10 plus years of experience, Marimuthu, there is a possibility you might be eligible for something called the Skill Migrant Category Job Search Visa. So because of that, there is a very good possibility that you might qualify for it. Send your CV. If you're married, your wife's CV to info@ajvglobal.com. I'll have a look and come back to you. Right, guys, I think time's up. There are some other questions, but I will have to answer them later offline. My team will get in touch. My throat is almost gone. Before I end, another very important one more time. There is time for July, August, September. Wide scope of courses available. We are getting stronger in New Zealand, so we will help you to settle down faster if you're coming to July, August, September. Great time of the year to come because spring and summer will start. Plus, most importantly, your visa will be a good process with Immigration New Zealand. And last but not the least, we have a very, very, very special offer for all the students signing up from now uh, for the July, August, September intake. It's a fantastic offer, which will actually translate into, monetary terms, not only now, but after you finish your course with your post-study work visa as well. So we have committed to making this happen for you guys. So if you are looking at coming to New Zealand, choose the July, August, September intake. Speak to AJV. Not only are we very good, we also have a fantastic offer, which I think you guys will be very pleased about. So I hopefully raise the curiosity, connect with my team, and we will take it forward from there. All right. So thanks, guys. It's tough on the throat, but I actually enjoyed the sessions, I must say, and I wish we could go longer. But anything beyond this, probably I'll not be able to focus and concentrate as much. But thanks as always for joining my live chats, both on YouTube as well as on Facebook. I appreciate all the people watching it right now, and please spread the word amongst your family and friends. And we would love to come back to you with more information. As always, Kakite Ano, which is see you later in Maori language. Till the next time, Kia ora from Hamilton.